Happy New Year! Today I've chosen the base of a pine tree to hang out with. It's just such a beautiful piece of life here. Welcome into the new year. Last night when we were going over our intentions with my family, we've got a really cool ritual that we do, which is that we burn up what we don't want, we write it down, we release it into the universe, and then we write down what it is that we want and we put it in a little box and we open it and review all the intentions of the years past too, which is really cool. And one of the intentions that I had a couple years ago was faith. And I've been thinking a lot about faith recently, mostly because I feel like everywhere we know, faith is so important and needed and, really, really essential just on our spiritual path and just in life in general, right? We always know we have to have faith. But what I was thinking about recently is, well, how do we have faith? Like, how do we do it? Like, what do we do and how can we keep it really practical? And so I wanted to share with you a technique that I've been doing in my life, which has really helped me root into faith in areas where I don't necessarily feel it so completely. When I'm deep in meditation or a meditative state, or it's late at night and it's really, really quiet, I go into the areas of my life where I don't feel faith and I feel whatever, all the other stuff that's not there instead of faith. And I go there, and what I actually do is I'm really interested in sounds and frequencies and the ways that we are all energy and we all vibrate and calibrate at certain frequencies. And what I do is I go into that area where I don't feel faith and I see if I can hear what's there. Stress, anxiety, tension, whatever. And to me, it actually has a sound and a feeling. And so what I do is I go in instead in this very, deep, open, meditative state. And it's a technique. I go back to it a lot. I also return to it in my walks and in my daily prayers. And I go in and I replace that feeling with a different feeling. So it's like I go in as almost as a musician and I change the frequency. And what I do chant is I'll chant the word. I'll chant faith, 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 faith. And so for me, I start getting a different feeling, a different frequency in that area of my life. And what's so amazing is if I do that consistently, repetition is really important. I do it, but go back to it in my walks. I go back to it when I'm, house cleaning, when I'm whatever I'm doing, but something where I'm in that repetitive, meditative state, I go back to that feeling and I chant that mantra, which I just make up. You can make up any word, but it's an intention that pulls us back to that frequency that we're wanting to hold. And so that's something I've done very specifically. And I, for myself, have a feeling of faith, and you can cultivate a feeling with anything that you want: courage, peace, joy, right? Anything that you want to bring in more, you can cultivate that feeling tonality and then through in a meditative state, replace it and put it in there and repeat it as much as you want. What's happening in your visualization as you're resetting the frequency, you're becoming this magnet for that energy to be in that situation and circumstance instead. This is intensely powerful, super simple. I do this all the time for my clients if they're wanting it, right? And what I'll do is I'll hold for them that feeling that I'm hoping and wishing that they are wishing to bring in as well. And then that mirrors back to them energetically, their ability to hold that frequency, that tonality themselves, and then they pull it in on their own because of that support with mirroring. And you can do that with yourself as well. It's really powerful. I invite you to try that with faith. Happy New Year. I hope you can get excited about this time of fresh new energy, setting new intentions, setting new tones that you want to be out there in the world as you radiate your light. Lots of love to you. Happy New Year. Bye-bye.